I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard the story of Samson, who had all the strength in the Bible. It's probably not a lot I can really teach you, but just going over it real quick, his strength was basically obtained through the length of his hair. The longer his hair got, the stronger he was. But in many ways, the hair, I think, is kind of symbolic as well. He was warned to stay away from a woman in the Bible called Delilah, who he lusted over, and eventually she got close to him and cut his hair, weakening him and allowing him to become enslaved. Again, he was warned, and he didn't abide the warning. He committed some very serious sins and repetitively sinning after, and that was kind of the result of what happened. I mean, it's told through the length of his hair, but again, it can also be kind of looked at as symbolism as well. Once he had kind of gotten out of God's favor, he no longer had the strength that he had. So to embarrass him, the people who had enslaved him kind of gouged out his eyes. Rather than just kill him, they wanted to humiliate him, and they wanted him to suffer for everything that he had done to them. So as one last act, he asked God to grant him his strength back again, so that he could basically knock down the structure that everybody was in, killing everybody and killing himself as well. God granted him the strength, and that's what he did. He one last act of heroism. He basically just pummeled the entire almost stadium-like structure that they were keeping him in, killing himself and many politicians and dirty officials and things like that as well. So, very interesting story if you read it in the Bible. One of my favorite ones anyway, that shows some of the consequences from not doing what you're told. It also shows that even though you don't do what you're told, that God doesn't necessarily leave you, and that he can be forgiven, as Samson was granted one last act of heroism. So check it out if you haven't read it, and God bless.